Good morning, guys! Starting off with our base, we're going to be using a vitamin C serum. This is by Doctor. This is just going to go ahead and refresh your face and give a lot of moisture and brighten the face as well. Next, we're moving on to moisturizer. I'm using my Avila SPF 15, and that's just going to go ahead and provide a ton of moisture to my face. Now moving on, gotta start off with the primer. Of course, we're using the Benefit Professional, and I'm just taking a dot and rubbing that all over my face. Next, I'm going ahead and using the Too Faced Eyeshadow Insurance, and I'm putting a little dot on each eye and rubbing it in. Make sure to get the under eyes. Next, we're moving on to brows. I like to use Glossier's Boy Brow. I find that it just enhances my natural shape and deepens the color of my hairs. Now, moving on to eyes, I'm using the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions palette. I'm taking the bottom right corner and I'm just going to go ahead and sweep that all over my eyes and try to fade it out. As you can see, I'm starting from the bottom and just building up and fading it out as I go up. Try to make this as even as possible, but don't worry about any harsh edges because we're going to make sure to blend that out later. Next, I'm going into my NARS eyeshadow palette. I'm going to go ahead and mix those two colors together, the red and the brown. Just mixing that, I'm going to go ahead and enhance the outers of my eyes. As you can see, there's a bit of fallout, but no worries, we can just go ahead and use a Q-tip and clean that up later. Now going back into my Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions palette, I'm going to go ahead and use that tan color and the cream color, and I'm using that to buff the edges out. Blending is key and it really makes a difference, so make sure to take time on it and no worries if it looks kind of crappy at the beginning because it's all going to work out in the end. Now, when you're done smoking everything out and blending it all together, go ahead and use a Q-tip and just wipe the edges under your eyes. Afterwards, I like to really buff out the edges just to make sure everything looks super seamless. Next, I'm going into my ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadow, and this is in Sequin. The color looks like a shiny coppery color, but on the eye it ends up looking more like a pinky red shimmer. Go ahead and use a finger and tap that onto the first thirds of your eyes. Make sure to not go too far out because you don't want the entire eye to look like a sparkly mess. Next, with a clean blending brush, go ahead and blend that out and make everything look seamless. Next, when you're done, go ahead and tightline. I like to use Kat Von D's tattoo liner. I really like doing this because it really opens my eyes since I do have such small eyes, and I just like to do that real quick on the top. Next, I go into concealer. I like to use NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is an OG favorite for me. My color is Creme Brulee. I go ahead and just swipe that under my eyes, and then I go into my next concealer. I like to use the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, and that is in the color Sand. I like to use this above my brows because for some reason I get redness, and then next I like to run it down my nose just because, you know, the illusion of a higher nose, I don't know. Next I go in with my Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation, and I am in the color Natural Tan. I just go ahead and lightly dot this all over my face. I usually like to start with a light layer because I always think that less is more. Then with the wet beauty blender, go ahead and blend everything into your face. Don't forget to do a little dance break, you know? Make sure you don't forget the neck and blend that all the way to your hairline so there's no line that you see visible. I really don't like seeing that. I like when everything is super seamless and smooth. Then going back in with my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, I just go ahead and spot conceal a little bit of the redness that I have. I do naturally have drier and sensitive skin, and I think I have a lot of red undertones or rosy undertones, so I really like when I do this just because I want to make sure everything is covered. See? Everything looks flawless. Then going in with my Too Faced powder, I just go ahead and powder underneath my eyes and on my T-zone. I love this powder because it makes everything silky smooth. Next, it's time to contour. I'm going in with my NARS Orgasm and Laguna bronzer. I love this bronzer because it's super natural on me, and I think that it definitely creates an illusion of a slimmer face. I like to use the fishy face to make sure that I'm contouring correctly. Make sure you're contouring for your face. If you have a bigger forehead, go ahead and get that forehead, girl. If you have a wider face, make sure you get those cheekbones cut. Then going in with a dusty pink blush, I just go ahead and swirl my brush around and tap off the excess. I don't like a heavy blush, so I make sure to use a light hand and I just tap it on. Next, it's my favorite part, time to highlight. I go in with ColourPop Lunch Money and I just use my ring finger and my middle finger. I just like to go ahead and put this on my Cupid's bow, my nose bridge, the tip of my nose, underneath my eyebrows, and of course on the highest points of my cheek. I really like this highlighter because it's super glowy and dewy. Next, to intensify that even more, because I'm a highlighting freak, I mean, who isn't? I just go ahead with my Becca Champagne Pop and pop that onto the highest points of my cheek, again on my nose bridge, and also on my Cupid's bow. Here's the last part, and the hardest part in my opinion, the lashes! Of course, I always think that it completes this look, but I do have to say, it's pretty troublesome and annoying to do. Maybe because I'm not the best at it, as you can see. These are some lashes that I found on Amazon. I think it was a pack of 6 for around $12 or $13. I really like them because they're very wispy and natural looking, but also very fluttery. Now voila, the lashes are done. After the lashes are done, I like to go in with my Kat Von D liner again and just line the tops of my eyes. I like to make a small cat eye. After the liner's done, I like to go in with mascara just to bind my real lashes to the fake lashes. I use Maybelline's Lash Sensational. And now the face is done. Go ahead and spritz your face with a finishing makeup spray. I like to use Urban Decay's All Nighter spray. Now, if you'd like, go ahead and with a lippy. I'm using an oldie but a goodie. It's Revlon's Why Not, and I just go ahead and pat that onto my lips until I achieve the desired color. Then I like to finish my look off with Fenty Beauty's Universal Gloss Bomb. I absolutely love this gloss and it comes with me wherever I go. Now the look is complete. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial a lot. I think this look is so beautiful and kind of soft glam. It's nothing too dramatic, but I think that it's a little bit more spiced up than usual because of the sparkle. I hope you guys have an amazing day and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Love you guys.